Hey, welcome back, kiddos. So this is lesson 6 from Unit 1. Your paper should look like this. And going through our first examples, this notation means we want to solve for r. We want to isolate r, which means we want to get r alone. So we want to set it up to be r equals. Well, r is not alone because we have a 2 times r. So we're going to unmultiply by 2, which is dividing by 2 on each side. Now we have r equals. And it doesn't matter that there's other variables there. You're basically just going to pretend that the variables are numbers and treat them the same way. Okay, so this notation as well, we just use the semicolon with the b, means we want to get b equals, or b by itself. All right, so we set it up like that. We want b alone. So anything that's not b, we got to undo the operation that is keeping it on that side. So first we're going to multiply both sides by 2. That cancels out the 1/2. Now you can see that we're closer to isolating b. And then we divide both sides by h. And I don't know what a or h is, but I know that if I divide both sides over here by h, it disappears, and I got b by itself on the right. I've isolated b. I have solved the problem. Now, if I knew the values for those other letters, like in a science class or something, I could plug those in. So really what you're doing is try to think of everything that is not the variable you're solving for like a number. So what I'm going to do is replace the m and h and d with numbers so you can see how you would solve if they were all numbers except for p. So imagine I had these numbers substituted in. Well, my first part would be to subtract 10. That would leave me with this, and then I'm going to divide by 3, and then negative 3, and then I've isolated p. Correct? So what I'm going to do with the variables is the same operation. So my first thing I did was subtraction. So I'm going to subtract on both sides. And then the next thing I did was division. I'm going to divide on both sides with the literal equation. All right, so I subtract m on both sides. And what's d minus m? I don't know. It's d minus m, right? You just leave the variables in there. You don't get to simplify it to another number. All right, divide both sides by h. Now, notice that I divided everything by h over here and just put the whole thing over h. I'd rather have you divide every single term by h. It's going to be a better way to do it going forward. So that is, and we've got 2 negatives, so that makes it a positive. There's our final answer.